Terrific conditions in Pittsburgh for the Patriots and the Steelers. And hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms and Bonnie Bernstein. You've got the Patriots off to their best start in franchise history, 6-0, and the Steelers at 5-1. Both teams coming in on a roll right now.
Exciting times right here in Pittsburgh now because, Jim, everybody wants a shot at the champs. That's what the New England Patriots are, and they're 6-0. Everybody wants to ruin that record.
And then you got Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger meeting for the first time.
Well, this could be the start of a rivalry between two really good young quarterbacks who right now are leading excellent football teams. Roethlisberger 4-0 as a starter.
Roethlisberger will have first possession here, having won the coin toss. By the way, footnote here, Tom Brady will go today without Corey Dillon. Deactivated after suffering a thigh injury. Practice on Thursday. Originally listed as probable. It got worse every day. Downgraded to doubtful coming in. Now they have deactivated. Kevin Falk will be the back for the Patriots. So deep kick to Randall L., who will run it out. Always dangerous. Trying to find the outside. And tiptoes out at the 25. Ben Roethlisberger tied for second with our man Phil Simms for the best win streak to ever begin a career. Like Phil, he has won his first 4 games as a starter in the league. The line trying to protect the young quarterback includes Marvell Smith on his left side, who is healthy this year. And Deuce Staley, one of the biggest free agent pickups in the offseason. Sensational start for Staley in a Steeler uniform. So from the 25, Pittsburgh with 4 straight wins coming in. And it's Staley racing straight ahead for a quick 4. Let's introduce you to this Patriots defense led by Romeo Crennel. Up front, a young group in this 3-4 setup, and Richard Seymour is a star. We'll see him today also lining up in the backfield some as a fullback. The linebacking core well seasoned. Ted Johnson having a really solid year. He is healthy this season. And Ty Law returning home here to the Pittsburgh area, an Aliquippa native. He led his high school to a state title. Got some 40 friends and family in the stands here today. 2nd down and 6. Roethlisberger flings it long, and Remersma was the target. Rodney Harrison had him blanketed. Let's take a look now at the Simms spotlight to look for, Phil.
Well, a couple things to look for when you talk about this Pittsburgh offense. You want to get it done on 1st and 2nd because the Patriots are very confusing on 3rd down. And for the New England defense, they talk about making sure Roethlisberger doesn't get away from them, tackle him when you get a chance. Deuce Staley and Hines Ward get them to the ground when the football is in their hands.
And Bill Cowher, the most tenured coach in the league. 13th year at Pittsburgh, first hired at the age of 34. 3rd down and 6, and movement on his left side. That incompletion by Roethlisberger a moment ago. He had completed his last 11 in that comeback win against Dallas. So
prior to the snap, full start, 77, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That streak comes to a close for Roethlisberger, spilling over from his last game. Walt Coleman is the official.
Well, what?
Head referee today, and there's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, you hear so much. Everybody was building it up before the game. What will Bill Belichick do to the young quarterback? They fake the blitz. Everybody's always expecting blitz when they play the New England Patriots. They faked it. That's why the Steelers jumped.
3rd down and 11. Steelers in their last 2 games had an opening drive touchdown. And to keep the drive going, and this one incomplete over the head of Plexico Burress. I mentioned opening drive touchdowns because the Patriots now, as they force a 3 and out, will extend their streak to 25 straight games where their defense has not allowed the opposition to drive it right down for a touchdown. That's another remarkable streak.
It is. There's so many numbers to explain why they've won 21 in a row. But, Jim, in the NFL, playing from in front, it gives you a tremendous chance, of course, to win the game.
And Kevin Falk is the returner, so he'll return and be the starting running back today. Gets past the first wave and brought down at the 35 after a 47-yard boot by Gardocki. So Tom Brady with touchdown passes in his last 12 games in the middle of a 2nd streak in his career that has spanned at least 10 straight wins. It's amazing. And They got a new starter on that right side with Brandon Gorin getting the start over Tom Ashworth, who's inactive because of a back injury. And again, Kevin Falk. He's played 76 games in his career, and he has started 21 times. There's Corey Dillon, who is not in uniform, out with the leg injury, inactive. Quick pass over to Patton, ridden down after a gain of 4. Dick LeBeau's defense, that Blitzburg, if you will. He likes to call it Winberg defense. Watch Chris Hoke today at the nose. In for Casey Hampton after a knee injury. Hoke's first start. Ferrier forced 3 fumbles in the win against the Cowboys. And a new starter in the secondary is Willie Williams. In for Chad Scott, out this game with a knee. 2nd down and 6 for Brady and company. Double tight end formation. They started with Graham and Faurier to open this game. Joey Porter gets back onside. And Brady goes right side to Givens for another first down. I say another because Givens now, every catch this season, that's 25 catches, all have gone for first downs. Well, let's take a look at your spotlight here on this side.
Yeah, let's do it. The New England offense today, Corey Dillon out. I believe Tom Brady's going to have to get it done. He's done in the past. For the Pittsburgh defense, can somebody put the pressure on Mr. Cole, that would be Tom Brady, and get him rattled, make him look like he's not in control? I've done a lot of Patriot games. I don't know if I've ever seen it.
1st and 10 for Mr. Cool. And he zips it complete again inside the 40 to David Patton. Ball loose at the end, and a flag thrown in also. Looks like a face mask after a 12-yard gain. Troy Polamalu was in the area as Brady is coming out firing.
Face mask. 43 defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And that's a big one on Polamalu, so that'll move the ball inside the 25.
You want to know why you've won 21 games in a row? You watch the receivers get down the field. Nice throw by Tom Brady to David Patton, and good shot of the face mask as he's brought down. But you don't win 21 in a row by not having a lot of options, a lot of ways to win a game. The Patriots this year have changed on offense. They've been running it and throwing it down the field. Their big runners out. Look at them already, spreading it out and putting the football back in Tom Brady's hands.
First down at the bottom of your screen is Troy Brown, active for today's game. He's been out some with a knee. And running play for a loss of a yard with Kevin Falk, Porter, and Faurier on the hit.
Tom Brady, so well schooled, and he gets a lot of the schooling. Look at the eyes, how he moves them around, never locks in on one part of the defense, because Bill Belichick does a lot of coaching of the quarterbacks, and he alerts them to what the defenders look at when you're at the line of scrimmage. The mannerisms, make sure you don't look to the right every single time when it's a run, or look to the left every time when it's a pass.
2nd and 11. Pittsburgh blitzing. Picked up. Brady throws, and Patton had stumbled, lost his footing. Almost a free pass there for Deshae Townsend. Try to make a play on the ball. He already has a couple of picks this season.
So many things that the Steelers and the Patriots have in common. Watch the blitz as the Steelers come inside. This won the game for them. That exact blitz won the game versus the Dallas Cowboys. But they're so used to it. They see it all during training camp from their opposing defense. They both today should be very sound picking up blitzes.
3rd and 11, and the crowd on its feet. Brady looks right side to the end zone and overthrows Patton. Coakley on the coverage. Vinatieri will come out.
Again, excellent pickup by the pressure, but outside when you have 5 wide receivers and the defense puts pressure on you, as a cornerback, you've got to be alert for the receiver going down the field. And Jim, you said it, Bill Cowher asked the fans, get here early, make a lot of noise.
Vinatieri, 43-yard try, has made 12 of 13 this season. His longest of the year is this yardage right here. 43-yard boot by Vinatieri right down the middle for a 3-0 lead, and yet another streak, Phil, that you talked about. 15 straight games the Patriots have scored first. Bonnie Bernstein again is down on the sidelines with us today. And Bonnie, what do you have?
Hi, Jim. Well, Ben Roethlisberger admitted to us the bye week could not have come for a better time for him. Not only was he healing up from a knee injury from the Dallas game, but he also told us when I first sat down and looked at the New England film, I was as confused as I could be because they throw so much stuff at you. And I know there's a lot of stuff I'll see today that won't even show up on film. So the mantra of the day is this. He goes 3 and out, goes straight over to the sideline, gets the Polaroids, looks them over with Tommy Maddox to help him make adjustments. He said there's going to be an awful lot of in-between series learning for me today, Jim.
All right, Bonnie. He's never been a big film and study guy, he told us, but he's learning to love it.
Hey, he better.
If you want to stick around, right?
Hey, Bonnie, hi. You didn't say hi to me. She just says to Jim.
Sorry,
what is this?
Phil. Hi.
Okay, thank you, girl.
Well, you never toss it to me. It's always Jim.
Well,
so.
Jim won't
You
let
can do
me.
it next
It
time.
would be an insult if I said hi to you before I said hi to Jim.
But let me say this, Ben Roethlisberger, he will learn to love film, Jim, because you just got to be on top of every single thing. And he even said today they have more plays and more packages in because they're not real sure how this New England defense is going to attack them.
You still love the film and study. It's Randall L. from the goal line. Randall L. out to the 30 and tripped up by Dexter Reed. The 31-yard return. We talked about the streak here. Roethlisberger's first 4 games as a starter, a win. The all-time record is Mike Kruczek, 6-0 to start his career, the Steeler. And there's our man, 4-0, hitting Odessa Turner, I believe.
Johnny Perkins.
Johnny Perkins.
Texas A&I.
Got a lot of zip on that pass. And Roethlisberger 4-0, tied with Phil, second all-time.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 34 of the return team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Ooh, a late flag on Veron. Haynes will back him up after that good return inside the 20 now.
You know, Jim, this streak starting out, I was fortunate enough in 1979 to do it. Look, if I knew it was such a big deal, I would have choked and wouldn't have got it done.
I thought you were going to say if you knew such a big deal, you would have won your 5th game.
No, you know, the 5th game, I got beat by the Dallas Cowboys. We were leading them. They were one of the best teams in the league at the time. And I got to watch right there on the sideline as Roger Staubach, who was the king of the comebacks, just go right down the field twice to win the game.
All right, so the Steelers, still impressive stuff there, Phil.
Thank you, Jim. I'm impressed.
It only got better the rest of the way,
Yeah,
the rest of the
that's right.
career. Staley. We're about 4. We're talking about Mike Kruczek because his name's been tossed around a lot with this record performance or record chase by Roethlisberger for a start. Amazing thing about Kruczek, he never threw a touchdown pass in that streak.
In his career.
In his career. In fact, he threw more passes in his career without throwing a touchdown than anyone in NFL history, over 150 attempts. And here he is, winning all 6 with no touchdown passes and 3 interceptions.
And I threw 6 touchdown passes, guys, instead of 5. Not that I was counting.
That number should have been a little bigger, your 6 touchdowns. Should have been like jumping out, flashing. Second down and 6, and Roethlisberger rolling out. He's dangerous on the run. And a bailout move here to Randall L. for short gain. Actually lost 3 yards.
Excellent coverage down the field, but this is what we talked about. He is a big guy. He just plays big. He's got good balance, and Bill Belichick wants him, when you get a chance, bring him down to the ground.
So 3rd and 10 coming up for Ben Roethlisberger. I'd like to welcome those of you who have just joined us. We're at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, and the Steelers' second possession of the game. 3 and out the first time. Trying to avoid that again. Patriots with an opening field goal, 43 yards by Vinatieri. Roethlisberger goes back the other way, and Randall L. come up a yard short. Again, improvisational skills by Roethlisberger kept it going. 9-yard gain comes up a yard shy.
Couple things to look at. One, he does move around like you said, Jim, but watch this Patriots defense. You think they don't mess with your head? It's got to be a blitz. Here they come. You're worried. Get ready to football quick. Then right before the ball is snapped, everybody drops back. A 3-man rush, really nowhere to go. Even if you catch it, too many defenders there to tackle the receiver once he catches the football.
So for the second time, Chris Gardakian to boot. He's got that quick 2-step motion. but never gets threatened for a block, and Falk with the short return. 38-yard boot. NFL.com. If you're looking for a fresh start to your fantasy football season, yes, you can still join. Help has arrived with the NFL fourth quarter fantasy, first ever midseason fantasy game, and it's free. You can sign up today. NFL.com or NFL on AOL. All right, Charlie Weiss came out with that first series, drove down his offensive unit for a field goal.
Charlie Weiss doesn't get enough credit when you talk about coaches in the NFL. Him and Romeo Crennel, they have had tremendous success. They're not mentioned enough when it comes to head coaches, but he can coach in a lot of different ways.
That's Falk. And again, immediate pressure, a gain of a yard, that's all. Kevin Falk, and again, if you're just joining us, Corey Dillon is inactive for this game, out with a leg injury. So the Patriots have only 3 healthy running backs: Kevin Falk, Robbie Abdullah, and Cedric Cobbs, who they just activated this morning. There's Corey Dillon, who has been something special joining the Patriots this season. 2nd down and 9 for Tom Brady and the Patriots. Great time in the pocket, unloads it to Falk as Larry Foote wrestles him to the grass after a 4-yard gain.
Well, different role for Kevin Falk today. Usually he comes in just to spell Corey Dillon or to catch a few passes like that. But we talked to Bill Belichick last night, and he didn't tell us Corey Dillon wasn't going to play, but he made a hint when he said, hey, I've told the running backs, hit it up in there, don't dance around and try to break it outside against this defense. If you do, you're going to lose about 3 or 4 yards.
I said they have 3 healthy running backs. Falk is not really 100%. Had an MCL injury in the preseason. Says his knee still hurts. 3rd down. And here in Pittsburgh, the pass is overthrown. Brady to David Gibbons, and the Patriots will be punting. Like to welcome those of you who witnessed that shootout down in Kansas City with the Chiefs winning it over the Colts 45-35. Here it's New England 3 and Pittsburgh nothing. A Vinatieri 43-yard field goal on Pittsburgh's, or on the Patriots' first possession. Pittsburgh's had the ball twice, 3 and out on both occasions. So Josh Miller, the former Steeler punter, signed in the offseason by the Patriots, has to step over to get that snap, and over the head of Randall, who lets it go. Oh, and let's see, where will this is going to be a touchback as Dexter Reed mishandled it at the 2-yard line. A break for the Steelers as New England strikes first. 3-0 Patriots.
Well, there are hidden plays in every football game, and this is one. Dexter Reed, the football is going to stop. It's not moving, and I know he just wants to go in there and down it, but you've got to know the rules, know the situation, and a mistake like that, it changes now. Field position, it's extra yards for the Steelers, but maybe more importantly, it makes them stay at ease, and it opens up the playbook for this Steeler offense.
The rookie quarterback's 3rd possession begins at the 20 with Deuce Staley. Sidesteps 1 tackle, gains about 3. Rodney Harrison on the hit. We talked about Brady and the Patriots and all those wins in a row. Well, Roethlisberger actually has his own personal win streak. Goes back to Miami University. He's won his last 17 starts. The last team to beat him was Iowa last August 30th to open the 2003 season, his junior year at Miami University in Ohio.
Threw 4 interceptions against Iowa, and it's amazing, all those wins afterwards. A lot of pro scouts said, well, you know, he didn't play well against Iowa. I go, oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
2nd down 7. Staley trying to spin away, maybe got a yard. Rodney Harris again on the hit.
I'm surprised at what I'm seeing from the Pittsburgh Steelers. People think you can just line up and run on this New England defense. The Indianapolis Colts did, because New England played all pass, and they got really gouged by Edgerrin James. But there's Ken Wisenhunt, the offensive coordinator. You want to keep it simple for your young quarterback, throw it on 1st down. That's when it's going to be the easiest. 3rd and long, everything comes in play.
Wisenhunt and Crennel were both on the Jets staff about 5 years ago. Now they're matched up here, the coordinators, and it's 3rd and 6 for Roethlisberger. Haynes has come in as a running back, and he could be a threat looking that way, and it's Haynes. And finally Harrison brings him down, but not until the Steelers pick up their first down of the day.
I was not watching Rodney Harrison that time, but his guy does get open to the outside. And I'll guarantee you, because Roethlisberger was looking to his right, and Rodney Harrison will come off of his receiver when he sees a quarterback look away. And Haynes gets wide open because of that. Look at Ty Law against Hines Ward. All over him. Look at the cut. Right with him.
Hines Ward is out of this play. Two tight ends in. As Reamersma on a wing on the right side. First down. They are throwing this time, Phil. And Burris with a flag thrown. He has the first down yardage. Asante Samuel was trying to defend.
Pass interference, 80. Offense,
Ooh.
10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Scratch the reception on flag on Burris.
Well, this is interesting to watch when you watch Plexico Burris going against Asante Samuel. Plexico Burris was asked, oh yes, Asante Samuels, he had that position set. That's his part. And if you run into him like that, is an offensive pass interference penalty. But Plexico Burris said during the week, the rule changes have changed every team but New England. And he said it in being good-natured, but I'm sure he was trying to send a message too. But that time, he was the one guilty of the infraction.
That's 4 penalties on the Steelers already for 45 yards. Hines Ward returns. First and 20, and here they come. Roethlisberger got it away. Ward up to his feet and able to pick up the first down. Heads up, Hines Ward, 21 yards and a first. And Ty Law is gimpy. Ted Johnson was really coming after the quarterback, who got it away just in time.
Well, size is a big deal when you're talking about NFL quarterbacks. Roethlisberger able to stay in the pocket, take the hit, and puts the throw right on the target. Ted Johnson, oh, that's pretty clean.
So Ty Law, we saw him hobbling and never made it to the sideline. Timeout here in Pittsburgh.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. T-Mobile, get more minutes, more features, more service. And by Jeep, Jeep trail-rated capability. Don't go off-road without it.
Watch Ty Law. He's on Hines Ward on the outside. Left leg. That slippage in that turf. Now, one thing you notice, I don't know, I'm not going to speculate on the injury, but a lot of players slip and fall when they play here at Heinz Field. I noticed it in their last game here, and a lot of guys have slipped so far today.
They run it with Deuce Staley on first down for a gain of 4. You make a point about the turf and it all coming undone for Ty Law on that play that injured him. There was the Dexter Reed slip also on the punt that began this drive, that forced the drive to go out to the 20 instead of the 3-yard line.
When you come to Pittsburgh, you've got to know that. Everybody knows it. I knew it even before we came in this week. It's just part of, I don't know why. It can be sunny for 7 straight days, but this field is still going to tear up when big men make sharp cuts on it.
Randall Gay has come into the lineup. Number 21 replacing Ty Law. And on 2nd and 6, Roethlisberger pumps, throws long for Burris, and Burris has it. Touchdown, Steelers. Right on Randall Gay, who just came in for Ty Law. Three straight games, Roethlisberger and Burris have hooked up for touchdowns. Been a long time since someone threw a touchdown against this Patriot team. 120 opponent passes since the last time somebody found the end zone through the air. And the extra point by Jeff Reed makes it 7-3 Steelers. Roethlisberger and Burris, and the Steelers lead it. You have to go back to 2001 to find a stretch of 3 consecutive games where Plexico Burris found the end zone. And the rookie drives him 80 yards. A drive that began at the 20 when it looked like it would have been all the way back at the 2 or 3 yard line. For the slippage by Dexter Reed, knocked the ball into the end zone and a touchback. Returned by Bethel Johnson at the 11. And a yard shy of the 30. Steelers and their rookie sensation put together a beautiful drive. 80 yards. It ends in number 80's hands.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Get ready for the game. And by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Monday, an all-new late show from the world champion Red Sox. Dave welcomes outfielder Johnny Damon. Plus a late show World Series wrap-up. That's all tomorrow here on CBS. They come out with 5 receivers, the Patriots. This series starting at their 29-yard line. 5 times this season, the Patriots have trailed, and in all 5 occasions, the very next series, Brady has come back to take them in for a score. Will he answer again? Trying to get away from the pressure, and he fumbles, and Bo Ohoffen has the recovery. Kimo von Ohoffen. They may take a look at this. Was it a pass or a fumble? But Joey Porter and Chris Hoke in his first start hit Brady and jarred the ball loose.
I think it's going to be a fumble. Tom Brady does not get that ball moving forward before it's knocked out of his hands. 5 wide receivers. The Steelers were ready for it. Nowhere to throw it. And as he gets ready to pull it back, it's knocked out of his arm. That is definitely a fumble.
It's still on the way back, Phil.
Jim, I just want to say the Patriots, Corey Dillon's not in. Spreading the offense. They had great success 2 years against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was wary of that. They don't usually do it on the road, but they brought it out here today, and the Steelers were ready.
Deuce Staley. Big hole on the left side down to the 18-yard line. Right behind Marvell Smith. Gain of 8, and Kimo von Ohoffen, who had the recovery late in the Dallas game to set up the winning score, has a recovery again this time. And Deuce Staley. That's the biggest hole we've seen for him on that last carry, and what an addition he has been.
Well, one of the best free agent pickups in the NFL this year. He fits in perfectly with his team. He needed a week off last week, Jim. We talked to Bill Cowher. He was beat up and limping after that Dallas game, but he's fresh, ready for some more action, and he'll see plenty of it today.
Second and a short 2, and they'll go back to Deuce. And he may have gotten the Deuce here to pick up the first. It'll be close. Well, Bonnie alluded to it about how Coach Cowher talked about his team needed the extra week off, and really specifically Roethlisberger and Staley both came out of that Dallas game bruised.
Yeah, and just think about Ben Roethlisberger. He was beat up because he moved around in Dallas, got hit quite a few times. He limped. It was his foot, it was his knee. But even more importantly, he admitted yesterday too that mentally, the grind, the pressure, the attention that you get in this league, it can wear a young quarterback down, and he definitely needed a few days off, and he got it.
Deuce got the first down at the 17. So into the red zone they go. And it's Deuce left side. Look at the block by Hines Ward, and Staley has another first down. You are watching the #1 red zone offense when it comes to touchdown efficiency in the league this year.
And this is the reason why they're the #1 offense, Jim, when they get down inside the other team's 20. Hines Ward on Rodney Harrison. Nobody outside to make Deuce Staley cut back inside. And even though he's a big bruising runner, well, that's an excellent job blocked by Hines Ward. Even though he's big and strong inside, he has the speed and the nifty feet, able to get outside when he needs to.
So first and goal the Steelers at the 7. And it's Staley for about 3. It's still a little too far to take the bus on a trip this far from 40 yards.
Oh, yeah.
He has been the touchdown maker, though. Jerome Bettis, future Hall of Famer, with 7 touchdowns, including the winner at Dallas in their last outing.
We're at the 4-yard line. They're going to get down at least to the, well, if you want to stretch the bus, you do it just a little bit outside the 1.
Yeah. His longest touchdown of the 7 from 3 yards out. 7 touchdowns covering a whole 10 yards. And they're trying to inch closer here in the final seconds of the first quarter. 2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger trying to beat the down clock. Barely does it. Back to Burris. Burris plucks it out of the air. And it's a touchdown, Steelers. Well, you asked specifically about Burris in the red zone in this game against the Patriots.
Well, when you look at Plexico Burris, he is a tall 6'4", 6'5", and we asked Ben Roethlisberger, hey, could you take advantage of that difference in height down the goal line? He goes, oh, I think you might see that once we get down inside. And what a catch. Gets 1 foot down, the other foot hits before he hits out of bounds. The knee is down inbounds too. So excellent adjustment by Plexico Burris.
Will this speed challenge? Was there another part of the body that was out of bounds first? No red flag, no word down from the box yet for the Patriots. I think they're going to let it go. Now the red flag. Right before they were going to snap the PAT, the flag comes out. Watch.
Knee goes down. It is a touchdown, and he does not lose possession at any time of the football.
It's down.
Now put it back in the sock for later use, perhaps. But you've got to watch now the left elbow of Burris. Did it touch before the other foot got down? We'll be right back. This catch is being reviewed, challenged by the Patriots. What do you see, Phil?
Watch the left knee. Once it hits, it hits. The play is over. He's inbounds now. Does he hold on to the football? He never loses possession. There is no doubt. No doubt. Jim, you were trying to build the suspense. That was good. I like that.
And a little tease to commercial. Let's see if Walt Coleman, though, agrees.
After reviewing the play, the receiver's left knee was inbounds with the ball in possession. It is a touchdown. New England will be charged the first team timeout.
Roethlisberger and Burris hook up twice in a 3-minute, 17-second span. And New England, which in this 21-game streak, all-time streak in the 84-year history of the league, has trailed only once in 21 games in that span. Only trailed the Houston Texans 3-0 and came back to win that game. But they're going to be down in this one after 1. And down big. They've also never trailed in that 21-game streak ever by more than 7. But they find themselves now 11 down after the Brady fumble. It's back to Burris, and the Steelers have made a statement. Wednesday on CSI New York. If you think the streets of New York are wild, you won't believe what's happening 700 feet underground. Don't miss Wednesday's most watched show, CSI New York at 10, 9 Central on CBS. 14-3 Pittsburgh. Final 29 seconds of the first quarter. You did ask Roethlisberger about trying to find Burris near the goal line, and he told you that Plexico told him, don't throw that pass to the back pylon, just throw it up high and let me go grab it.
Let him adjust, go up for the football and use his height. If you threw it in the back of the end zone, then the defensive back could undercut him.
Right to the goal line, the run back by Bethel Johnson. And across the 20, 30, and out at the 33. A nice return by Bethel Johnson. CBS Sunday Movie tonight at 9, 8 Central is The Madams Family. I didn't say the Addams Family. No Uncle Fester.
Jim,
the Madams family.
I didn't think you would, because you would not mispronunciate a word or a title, I would think.
I would.
5 wide receivers again by the New England Patriots. So they're just telling you they're going to try to get this game to a pace, get the Pittsburgh defense playing very conservative, and try to work the football down the field with short passes.
Coming in on a blitz on Brady, and he is picked off. He is intercepted by Townsend, who are running in for the touchdown. Shea Townsend makes the play, runs it back 39 yards. Brady was feeling the heat of Kimo von Oelhoffen. And Shea Townsend's 3rd pick of the year. He's become this season their top cover corner, and he makes the play, and this is turning out to this point to be a Halloween to remember here in Western Pennsylvania, because that's now 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And the champs are getting trounced 21-3 first quarter. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein, and it is rocking here in Pittsburgh's Heinz Field. Can you believe what we're seeing here, Phil?
Yeah, here's what happens on the interception. 5 defenders blitzing, so that means man coverage in the backfield. When you play 5 wide receivers, most of the time the throws are going to be quick and short. Shea Townsend, he knows that. He guesses on the route, he sits on the receiver, and he broke on the throw, and that's why he got the interception for the touchdown.
That's the first defensive touchdown going against the Patriots since that Buffalo blowout week 1, 2003.
Well, I guess we got the answers. Can the Steelers defend the 5 wide receiver set that in the past has caused them so much trouble?
Sam Adams, the last to score on defense against the Patriots. And their next series, with 9 seconds to go in the quarter after the Johnson return, starts at the 31.
Shea Townsend again, just watching. Number 26 outside, looks at the receiver, and then when he planted, he looked back, he saw Tom Brady pulling his arm back, and what a perfect timing and break. And then the hardest thing, catching the football and running for a touchdown.
Now your last 2 plays have resulted in a fumble and an interception. What do you call here if you're Charlie Weiss and the Patriots?
If you're the Patriots, the crowd's into it. Slow the football game down. Get it going back at a normal pace and see if you can get the crowd out of it.
And flags everywhere.
Prior to the snap, false start, 61, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Boy, Bill Cowher, he said he wanted some noise from the crowd, and he has gotten it today. But, you know, he also talked about that the Patriots don't do a lot of this 5 wide receivers sets when they go on the road. And one of the reasons, because of emotion and because it becomes very hard to communicate, and your quarterback has less time to throw the football when the offensive lineman can't hear your signals.
3 receivers set with Falk, the single back, 1st and 15. Kevin Falk. And another play by the defense with Ferrier getting to him first. What a way to close the quarter. Well, the Patriots have won 21 straight, but the number 21 is special to the Steelers right now. You're watching the NFL on CBS. About to begin the second quarter. The first quarter for Pittsburgh fans, sweeter than a bag full of candy. 21-3. Roethlisberger and Burris twice, and then Townsend with the 39-yard interception return. Patriots 2nd down and 16 Make it 17 to start the second quarter from their own 24. And they get to Brady. Porter. Kershke was also there. Chris Hope applying pressure. And the last 4 plays for the Patriots, 2 turnovers, a rush for a loss, and a sack.
Joey Porter, number 55. Jim, you and I talked last night, and we said, you know, we don't even talk about Joey Porter when we did the last Steeler game. It was Clark Hagan's, it was Chris Foot, and all of a sudden today, Joey Porter, a sack and a caused fumble.
Yep, 2 sacks in all for Porter, 3rd and 27. And it's Kevin Falk. As they allowed him to go underneath for a short gain and have to bring out the punting team.
The New England Patriots are going to have to dig really deep. And when you're on the road and you get down like this, generally there's only one way to get back into it. Of course you want big plays, but your defense just has to go out and it has to be terrific to get the crowd out of it and give your offense some field position.
The return man is Randall L., but there's also a return man who will boot it away. That's the returning is this man, Josh Miller, after 8 years as the Steelers kicker. He returns to his former home and boots it away to Randall L. Has not broken one this year, but he can at any time. Randall L. And on the short side, steps out near the 30. 55-yard beauty and a flag thrown in at the end of this.
Boy, I'm not sure they didn't call this on Ben Roethlisberger on the sideline. It looked like he said something to the official.
He's over there making an appeal.
He's pleading his case right now.
Steve Zimmer, field judge over there with the hat off.
You know, Ben, let's see, he'll learn this, Jim. You say like, hey, you're doing a hell of a job out there, my man.
That works a lot better than talking about some other thing.
Good call.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 82 of the return team, taunting, throwing the ball at the player, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, he was a former quarterback, Randall L.
Yeah,
he doesn't get to throw the ball that often. He's not supposed to throw it to the opponent. Steelers ball when we come back.
Watch Antoine Randall, number 82. He gets hit, knocked out of bounds. He thinks it's a little late. He flips the ball to Tuli Bantacane, and you say, well, that's not so bad. But look, it's against the rules, and you can't start judging the severity of certain infractions. So you throw it against the player, it's taunting.
On 1st and 10, Deuce Staley running behind Jeremy Tooman for 6. Let's go back down to Bonnie.
Well, Jim, just an injury update on Patriots cornerback Ty Law, still in the locker room getting x-rays on his injured left foot. And when you look big picture at the Patriots secondary, not a lot of veteran leadership. You got to remember Tyrone Poole, the other starting corner, also injured. Rodney Harrison, the only veteran guy. You've got Eugene Wilson, Randall Gay, who's a rookie on a day where Pittsburgh's passing attack is starting to find its groove.
Now here they are on 2nd down and 4, Bonnie, and it's Staley left side. He runs into Richard Seymour. And Eugene Wilson also came up to make the play. It'll be 3rd and 1.
I don't know. You know, Bonnie, you're a lot younger than Jim and I, but what, finding his groove? It's got to be like, I don't know, finding their groove.
Find your groove thing? Isn't that one of your favorite
like
songs?
Yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere there. But Pittsburgh has done an excellent job. We haven't had a chance because there's so much action, but 2 terrific throws by Ben Roethlisberger. The first long one down the field to Plexico Burress, down and across the field. He's given the big wide receiver a chance just to make plays. And when you can run the football and force the football down the field in the passing game, tough for a defense.
Here they come on 3rd and 1, and Roethlisberger rifles it. And Ward able to hold on for a gain of 10. That was a bullet coming at Hines Ward.
Well, now you got Hines Ward being covered by Rodney Harrison. That is a tough matchup. And I have been doing football games for 10 years, announcing. So I've covered the Steelers a lot of times. I have really never watched the team just take advantage of their pass protection or what they do, the principles, by blitzing and getting to the quarterback. So Bill Cowher, defensive coach, knows a lot about the blitz, so his offense is going to be sound when it comes to picking it up.
From the 34, first down, and leaping ahead for a quick 5 is Staley. We have an update coming your way. Let's send it back to the studio to Greg.
All right, guys. Oakland at San Diego. Tyrone Wheatley around the right side. The Chargers have jumped to a 2-touchdown lead. That cut it in half. It's 14-7 San Diego, second quarter.
All right, thank you, Greg. Wheatley back in. He's been injured, been out for 4 games, so he returns, scores a touchdown. Second down and 5. And again, Staley getting to work on this series. Set up 3rd and short, 3rd and about 3. Ted Johnson with the tackle, and we're going to be going back to Greg and his crew, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, on the Nextel halftime report with all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Nextel halftime report. Very solid and, I thought, revealing interview that Greg had today with Terrell Owens on the NFL Today. It was something special to see Terrell Owens talking a little bit, revealing a lot about his background.
Yeah, it was. Great piece by Greg, and you're right, Jim. It makes you look at Terrell Owens in a different light.
3rd down 3. Seymour giving chase, and Randall L. makes the catch, but it won't be enough for the first. Randall Gay had him well covered inside of the invisible marker.
Well, I'll tell you this. The Patriots talk so much about making sure Roethlisberger, keep him in the pocket. Then we get a chance, let's bring him down. And I would say right now they're about 0 for 4. He's getting outside the pocket, and he is shedding the tacklers when they come towards him.
Kevin Falk standing back at the 15. Garandaki, no pressure. And a nice boot. Fair catch signal. And the Patriots are backed up at their own 13-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger, he's got a lot to talk about. And Burris has some answers, too.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new M3 Power from Gillette. Feel the power of the world's best shave. IBM, the official on-demand business consultants for the NFL. And by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time.
We're back in Pittsburgh, 21-3 Steelers. Last 4 possessions for the Patriots. They've lost 4 yards, 2 turnovers. 1 was returned for a touchdown from the 13. It's the Cedric Cobbs we mentioned, just activated this morning, come off the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list, and the rookie from Arkansas gets his first NFL carry.
Well, I saw him play as a freshman at Arkansas, and I said, oh my gosh, this guy is going to be some star when he gets to the NFL. But injuries have slowed him down. And Corey Dillon, you've looked at what's happened here. Now, this offense with the Patriots, it's kind of gotten used to being running the football, play action, throw it down the field. It's we've already seen on the road, hard to just all of a sudden turn on that wide open passing game.
On 2nd and 9, Brady hit when he throws it, and in and out of the hands. Daniel Graham, Polamalu was in there to make things difficult. And Chris Hoke getting his first NFL start. The nose tackle was in on Brady.
First off, Tom Brady, not quite the time he wants. He loves to look for that 2nd and 3rd wide receiver. It looks like a perfect throw, but Polamalu reaches up and just tips the football and knocks it away from Daniel Graham.
3rd and 9. Brady's hit only 2 of his last 7, including a pick. And here they come. Blitz picked up. Now Brady from the pocket has Givens. And Givens steps out at the 30. First down. Willie Williams chases him out, but not until Givens gains 17.
Now, when you have 5 wide receivers, you know, you're only going to have so much time to throw the football. Now, the Steelers send 5 blitzers, and they come everywhere, or 5 rushers. Tom Brady, because of the extra time, was going to throw to his right, pulls it down, and finds Givens going across the field. It's an outstanding job by the offensive line.
Biggest play of the game for the Patriots. First down from the 31. Hagan's pushed to the outside, and this is brought to a stop with a flag.
Prior to the snap, false start, 76 offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And that's the new right tackle, Brandon Gorin, starting for Tom Ashworth today. If you're looking for free fantasy football, you can experience all the thrilling action and intense competition with NFL fourth quarter fantasy. CBSSportsline.com. 5 receivers on 1st and 15. Brady directing, redirecting, comes over, and Troy Brown can't get the handle. Troy Brown's been hampered from an injury suffered in the preseason down at Carolina when he fielded a punt inside the 10-yard line and injured a knee. Has only 1 catch on the season. He's been idle most of the time, inactive.
Well, you look at this offense, Jim, it's really tough. When you spread it out, 5 wide receivers, you got 5 blockers, and Tom Brady is trying to direct who's going to block who, so it really makes it a volatile situation for the New England Patriots, and they got to mix it up, coming now in back in with 2 tight ends.
Hobbs is the running back on 2nd and 15. Good time for Brady, and overthrowing Givens in double coverage. Williams and Polamalu manning the middle of the field for the Steeler defense.
And if you want to go deep on this Steelers defense, you got to fool them because they're not going to take a lot of chances. So you fool them usually. Nice coverage down the field against David Givens. Polamalu coming from the backside. But if you want to get deep, generally you got to do it with play action fakes because they have young, aggressive safeties. You need to get them up near the line of scrimmage to take advantage of them. And Dick LeBeau, along with new players, has brought a lot of energy to this Pittsburgh defense.
Former bingo coach, the mastermind of this Pittsburgh defense. 3rd and 15, and Brady again going for the long strike. Bethel Johnson, jump ball, and it's picked off. It's picked off by Ike Taylor, backup corner. What a play by Taylor, and Brady suffers his 2nd interception of the half. Ike Taylor, yeah, you can hold up that number 1. That is career interception number 1, and what an athletic play it was.
And being smart, and he hustled, and we're going to show you what he did right after this play.
Deuce Staley is the tailback, Kreider the fullback. They fake the end around on 1st and 10, and a gain of 3. That was something to really savor here. Look at this.
Well, Bethel Johnson came all the way across the field, and Chris Hope he goes into his zone, but watch Ike Taylor, 24, keeps chasing the guy, even though he turned it over to Chris Hope, and jumps up, lays out.
How high he is.
Because Bethel Johnson was going to stop and come back and catch the football, but Ike Taylor, his hustle and not giving up on the play, gives him the interception.
2nd down and 7 for Roethlisberger and the Steelers. No scoring here in the 2nd quarter. It was a 21-3 blitz in the opening quarter. And that pass errant throw intended for Burris. There is a flag.
Personal foul, rubbing the passer, 75, defense, hit the quarterback in the head, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Rookie Vince Wilfork, the 21st overall pick in the draft this year.
When you're down 21-3, you just can make so few mistakes, and that was close. His hand looks like it reaches out and just hits the face mask. Oh, he gets both hands going up there. It looks a little different when you see that angle. But it's a big mistake. You're down 21-3. The margin of error is cut down. You want to keep the offensive Steelers backed up so your offense can get good field position.
You set it down for the Steelers, and Staley gets almost 5 with that one. With this lead, we're going to see an awful lot of deuce here today. We'll give him 4 with that run as he makes an exchange here with Richard Seymour.
And you know, Jim, with this lead, it changes everything for the Steelers. You've got to be patient. And now you're the quarterback. You take no chances. When in doubt, throw it away, take the sack, and just hang in there, because this Patriots defense is going to give you a chance to make a few more big plays. Tom Brady, TD to interceptions, 5th best all time. Today, no touchdowns and the interceptions.
Back to Staley up the middle on 2nd down and 6. Runs right into Rodney Harrison, and let's run it right back to the studio for the update with Greg Gumbel.
Jim, one of the better stories in this NFL season continues to develop out in San Diego. Drew Brees pumps left, looks right. Keenan McCardell all alone, 13-yard touchdown pass. It's a 21-7 Chargers lead over Oakland, guys.
How about Drew Brees? Thank you, Greg. And who needs training camp? Keenan McCardell. I mean, look at this. He had a big statistical game last week in his return. Chargers are quite a story, as Greg mentioned. 3rd down and 3. Schottenheimer getting it done this year.
Yeah, get rid of the coach, get rid of the quarterback.
I heard that a lot last year about Marty.
Well, you
from
heard it
some
all.
of my panelists there in the NFL today.
Full start, 79, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
You mean that positive, upbeat group that you were working with? Oh, that group. Oh, yes.
No, Dion.
Oh,
I think Dion.
It's always fire the coach, get rid of the quarterback, and change. But Marty Schottenheimer's won so many games as an NFL head coach. Sometimes you got to be patient and go, you know what, he knows what he's doing. He has a chance to get it done.
3rd and 8.
Yeah, blame it on Dion. He's not there anymore.
No, but Dion's just thought that Marty should have gone last year, but now Schottenheimer having the last word here on his ability coaching. And 1st down, Randall L. How about that catch? And the action to follow. And a late flag as Harrison and Dexter Reed went head hunting as the frustrations coming out.
Frustrations in a lot of ways. You blitz the quarterback. You're not even getting close to him.
Personal foul, face mask, 42, defense. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So a 20-yard pass play, and how about the catch?
Well, the catch, the protection was outstanding. Randall Gay is right there, doesn't make the tackle. And then when Randall L. goes down the field, Dexter Reed has a hold of the face mask.
Look at Bill Cowher. He loved the effort there by Randall L.
You know, I had to wait. I didn't know if he was yelling at him for something he did wrong. But it was a nice catch, tight coverage, and Ben Roethlisberger once again standing tall in the pocket against the blitz and makes an excellent throw.
1st down from the Patriots 25. Play action. Roethlisberger rifle pass right back to Randall L. It'll be a 1st and goal to go for Pittsburgh.
When one defensive back goes down, it just has a domino effect. Play action to the right. Burris falls down. He comes back and looks for his outlet receiver. Excellent throw by Ben Roethlisberger again. Antoine Randall L. It's a zone coverage. The play action fake got rid of everybody underneath, and Randall L. was wide open.
1st and goal. Remember, Ty Law again with the foot injury in the 1st quarter is out.
And it affects the whole secondary of the Patriots.
Deuce. Give them 6 yards. 2nd and goal from the 4.
Well, the Steelers, they talked about it so much, trying to keep the game plan simple for Ben Roethlisberger. Let his talents come out on the field.
Tangled up. Staley still down. And now able to clean up the pile. They're bringing in the bus. As Staley was slow to get up.
Excellent blocks up front that really give Staley a chance to pick up those extra yards. Kedrick Vincent, the right guard, comes across the formation and just takes down the defensive lineman. And Deuce Staley again is not tall, but he's very powerful and big.
On 2nd and goal from the 4, Roethlisberger lobs it for Remersma. Led him too much. And Ben Roethlisberger, the rookie, had completed his previous 10 attempts before that one.
And this might have been the easiest one of all. Jay Remersma comes across the formation. A play that Bill Walsh invented for the National Football League. And he's wide open, and he tries to be a little careful with it and lets it go too far.
Hines Ward had set down for a couple of plays, but he's back up on his feet, back in the huddle on 3rd and goal. Roethlisberger says, man, I should have had that. It would have been my 3rd touchdown pass of the half.
Making all the tough throws, and he missed the one that he knows was the easiest.
For 3rd and goal. To the 1, and not enough. Surrounded by 4 Patriots. Hines Ward stopped a yard shy.
It's going to be inside the 1-yard line, or right at the 1-yard line. Bill Cowher, don't listen to the fans. Don't listen to your team.
Clock running down toward the 2-minute warning, and the crowd wants to go for the kill.
Well, of course they do. He told Roethlisberger, let it run down the 1 to play clock, but they call a timeout, and they'll look the situation over and decide whether to go for it or kick it.
You want the 3 if you're Pittsburgh, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I say you kick the 3. Do not give the Patriots a chance to have a game-turning situation in their favor.
Steelers 21-3, looking to add to the lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Levitra. Ask your doctor about it today. Levitra, when it counts. And by Nextel. Nextel helps groups get things done. Nextel, done.
The kicking units coming onto the field for the Steelers. That timeout was charged to the Patriots.
Well, I think the Patriots wanted a timeout because this is not done enough in the NFL. They're trying to protect their football team too. So when this drive ends, that they have some time left to maybe go down and score some points. And Bill Cowher changed his mind. It's a true 1 yard. You kick it here. It's a long way to go. Just ensure yourself of a better chance of winning, of course, in the long run, getting the 3 points.
Schneck to snap it. Gardocki on the hold, and Reed with the kick for 3 more. 19-yard field goal. And it's a 3-touchdown lead for the Steelers. Tonight on 60 Minutes, when Arnold tells us he wants to shoot for the top, he means the White House. Plus, behind the scenes at Saturday Night Live for last week's famous flub at 60 Minutes. Coming up tonight. Jeff Hardings, Alan Faneca. Line for the Steelers having a big day. Coming up, the Nextel halftime report. We'll go back and get the full report on the day's action, scores and highlights with Greg and the gang back at Studio 43 in New York. Tom Brady has turned it over 3 times on the Patriots' last 11 plays. Bethel Johnson. He's having a busy first half, and he's breaking this one across the 40. Left the football behind, but it goes out. It'll be New England ball. We're at the 2-minute warning. Polamalu knocked it loose. Maybe the Patriots can find something before the half. They've got good starting field position.
What? What are they doing? Sims, Vance, get your head in the game. Let's go.
What is that, Coach Cowher? Here on Halloween? I mean, a dead ringer for him there.
No, it couldn't have been Coach Cowher because he would have spit a lot more, and the chin, you know, he just wasn't enough there. But that was pretty good, though.
Yeah, I saw a little spray coming out.
He's like me. It's Vance, what are you doing? Let's go. But exciting stuff here so far today.
And let's see what the Patriots, if they can come up with anything before the half, starting at the 44-yard line. Again, they have 1 timeout remaining. And Brady to Kevin Falk, who scampers out for another first down. Gain of about 13. From the 43 of the Steelers. It has been a brutal first half for the Patriots, and a glimmer of success with these two plays. 14 yards to Gibbons.
Not only that, you might be seeing what the Patriots want to do in the second half. Get in the shotgun, keep one back in the backfield for protection, and give Tom Brady more time. And don't forget, tire out the pass rush of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With pressure coming, he had to unload it in the direction of Troy Brown. Chris Hope has a little to say to the 12-year man from Marshall. So that stops the clock with a $1:11 to go. 29-yard line, 2nd down and 10. They have not had a snap today from inside the 20.
Nobody covering the inside receiver. They finally adjust.
Timeout called by Pittsburgh.
There's a timeout because they couldn't line up on the defense against the offensive receiver. So good timeout by the Steelers defense.
Ike Taylor with a glorious pick in this half. Thursday Survivor, get ready for a surprise that will take the game to a whole new level. Don't miss a new episode of TV's most watched reality show Survivor, Thursday at 8, 7 Central. It was a bye week for the Steelers, and what did they do with their time? Well, Bill Cowher went down to his second home on the coast of North Carolina for a little bocce ball on the beach and some backgammon.
And of course he had to explain to you what bocce ball was.
I didn't know.
Come on, Jim.
I didn't know
in the Northeast.
I didn't know you were such a bocce ball expert.
To explain it, it's horseshoes with round balls. That's what it is. So I hope you understand that. But bocce ball, and he played a little backgammon, and he watched a lot of football, he said, too.
I'll go back and study some film on bocce ball. 2nd down and 10. Brady swings it over to Gibbons, and that's near a first at the 19. The spot, let's see, this would keep Gibbons' season streak of every catch for a first down going, and it is enough to move the chains.
Steelers just not sitting back, being content with their lead. The defense has blitzed Tom Brady 2 times in a row, but he's getting rid of the football.
His hurry up is working as Falk shakes free. Got away from Ferrier and all the way down to the 2. And they don't really need to hurry all that much, as I saw some signals. Hey, guys, let's go. But they've got 50 seconds, ball at the 2-yard line.
Oh, yeah, take your time.
And they call a timeout.
Yeah, there was really no reason to hurry here for the New England Patriots, and they probably didn't have to call a timeout, but now they can regroup, and they know they have time. Even without the time, they can still get 3 plays off if they need to.
Boy, that guy that was in the stands that looked like Coach Cowher, there will be 2 Cowhers. It'll be pretty hot if they just give up an easy touchdown before the half. They've made this thing, look rather simple.
And let me make it clear, they did not play the prevent or the give up defense that we used to hear so much about. They came after Tom Brady, but again, I'm curious to see the second half, especially if they score right here. Maybe the Patriots learned something. Get Tom Brady in the shotgun, gives him more room to move around and throw the football, but it also gives him more protection.
Dick LeBeau's defense, that last play began at the 19-yard line. Falk advancing it on the catch all the way down near the 2. That was the first snap that the Steelers opposition had in almost 6 quarters. The Cowboys never had a snap inside the Pittsburgh 20 in their last game. That's an amazing stretch.
Good coaching, good players, a lot of speed, and unconventional defense.
They've got Vrabel in, they've got Seymour in from the 2. Brady, good time, and pass wide of the mark. Christian Fauria is at the goal line. And 46 seconds to go in the half.
Good blocking by the New England offense, and they give Tom Brady a lot of time. But the problem is that the Steelers are playing pass defense. They were expecting pass, and nobody was really open, and Tom Brady throws a little too hard for Christian Fauria down the goal line to catch.
He has Robbie Abdullah as the single back on 2nd and goal from the 2.
Now's the time to run it.
They fake to Abdullah, back at the end zone. It's Gibbons for the touchdown. Touchdown, New England.
Like I said, now's the time to throw it.
Good call.
But no, that was an excellent job. And they did it with the play action fake. They put the man in motion, and usually when you see that kind of movement by an offense, it's a trap play up inside. It's a run. And so the Steelers saw it. They were thinking it's going to be an inside run. Good fake by Tom Brady to get the touchdown.
This changes the attitude for a lot of folks at halftime. Vinatieri, good inside right, count it. That's 13 straight games. Tom Brady has tossed at least one touchdown pass. David Givens, second touchdown catch of the season. The nice run back by Bethel Johnson set him up at their own 44, and then Brady operating very smoothly. Mr. Cool coming back, hitting Givens back in the end zone.
Yeah, you can see the man in motion inside really fooled the Steelers defense, and I thought it was going to be a run too, because when you come across that formation, you're trying to hit one of those defensive tackles with the man in motion. But the Patriots, they have a vast array of short yardage throws down once they get down inside the 5-yard line. That's why Daniel Graham has so many touchdown catches, and you saw Tom Brady does an excellent job once he gets down inside making the play action fake.
I'll be interested to see what the Steelers strategy will be, because they do have 40 seconds and 2 timeouts before the half. Will they try to erase a little bit of that touchdown and that confidence that was built on that series?
A lot will depend on the return.
Terry keeps it high to the 1. Randall L. That's the 20. Randall L. 30. And there you go. There's your run back to do something with it. All the way to the 38. 37-yard return. You look at the quarterback numbers. Roethlisberger 11 out of 14. You know, in that game against Dallas last outing, he was 21 of 25 and set the NFL record for a rookie for completion percentage in a game all time.
Well, I got to say this, and it's not like he's getting little rinky-dink cheap throws. The Steelers, they don't go for that. They throw it down the football field. So these numbers and this high percentage of completion, they're coming with aggressive downfield throwing.
Yeah, there's no dink and dunk down in Dallas. Here he goes with the short pass with this one. And Randall L. with nothing open steps out. 1-yard gain. Eugene Wilson bumps him aside.
You know, Jim, too, I've watched Ben Roethlisberger now just about every game. I've seen almost every snap, and he has this in common with Tom Brady. They're very relaxed on the football field, and it's not about us showing emotion. When I say relaxed, I mean their style of standing there, delivering the football. They never get tense. They're always in control, and they got a tremendous feeling for how long they got to throw the football before the pass rush gets to them.
Second down and 9, but 27 seconds is the key mark right now. Roethlisberger escapes the Seymour pressure. And again, it's Hines Ward stepping out after a first down catch for 12 yards.
And now the Steeler receivers, they've played with the quarterback, the young quarterback, enough times. So when he moves, they stop their pass routes, they readjust, and that's why Hines Ward was wide open.
You see Reed 51 yards career long. He has actually done that twice this season from that distance. 2 for 2 from beyond 50. He's waiting.
Big touchdown by the New England Patriots, and now Steelers getting a chance maybe to answer with the field goal try.
Now they try to cross him up with Haynes, who dashes down to the 41, and they should use their timeout here. They've got one more in their pocket. 13 seconds to go. Colvin and Green finally brought it to a halt. All these things we're talking about, Roethlisberger and his rookie record for completion percentage against Dallas. He also, in this game, with the 2 touchdown tosses, has set the Steeler rookie record for most touchdown passes by a Steeler rookie, breaking Terry Hanratty's Pittsburgh franchise mark. This is a 2-game stretch that, if he was able to pull this one off today, would be, well, pretty remarkable for a rookie at a foundation of really great things to come. Harbinger of great things to come. To beat Dallas in Dallas, coming back from 10 down against Bill Parcells on the road, and then to be the quarterback who directs a team to end the longest win streak in NFL history.
Well, let me just say this. We're in a business that always jumps too quick. Everything is great before they even do it. And so the attention to Ben Roethlisberger has been a lot. And maybe I thought it was too much. And even though he's doing so wonderfully, but you know what? It's over. He's pretty close. And this is not just an accident anymore. I've seen enough to know that he is going to be a consistently good performer.
Trying to get him in field goal range, and the pass low, but beautifully fielded by Ward. Roethlisberger fortunate to get that much on the pass, and that'll set up Reed for a try.
Very surprised at New England's choice of defenses. They come after him. Roman Pfeiffer is unblocked, but nobody covers Hines Ward to the outside. If you make him throw the football inside, then make him throw it short, they'd have to use their last timeout, and you'd have a much better chance of keeping them out of field goal range.
Look at this, 9 seconds to go. They want to get it a little closer. They've brought in Lee Mays as the 4th receiver. Better watch out. Down clock, down to 1, and it's Haynes. And a flag thrown. Oh, this could be against the Steelers for holding, and that extra snap could take them out of field goal range.
Holding, 64, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Wow, no way, says Bill Cowher, but check out Jeff Harding's the center.
Jeff Harding's the center. Nice block on Richard Seymour. Where's the hold? And he takes him down. I tell you, a lot of times he's got the hands inside. Both of his hands were inside. So that's a tough call against Harding's, and Bill Cowher was right by yelling and saying no way.
Look at the Patriots send all the way back to the goal line Christian Fauria. They do not have Jeff Reed on the field, so that penalty nullifies the chance for like a 49-yard field goal try, or it would have even been closer rather than no call. So it's like a 3-point penalty perhaps. Now it's just a chance for a Hail Mary. Forever. Roethlisberger hammered on the throw into the end zone, and it's batted away. Roman Pfeiffer dropped all the way back there to deflect it, but man, was he pancaked. Roosevelt Colvin.
Well, Jim, you're right. He buys the extra time, but Roosevelt Colvin is so far behind him, Roethlisberger never sees him, and lucky again to survive a blindside hit.
Let's go down to Bonnie.
Well, Jim, the big question, could the rookie quarterback deal with the confusing defense of the Patriots? Bill Cowher has been Roethlisberger done it.
Ben's been fine. I mean, we've had some opportunities, and hey, they're a good football team. There's so much football left right now. You know, Brady's starting to get hot. We got to answer that. I'm not worried about us on offense. We're going to have to control the ball, but for Ben, it's just another game.
Coach, thanks.
Well, the Steelers score 17 points off Patriot turnovers. Belichick will address his group. It's 2 touchdowns down, but they got a late one, a late score here. The fumble set up a score, the touchdown run back. What a play by Taylor. Burris in the end zone twice. And Roethlisberger, the rookie, is starring again. 24-10 at halftime, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Steelers were able to come on quickly with 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, leading at 24-10. Third quarter just minutes away. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein. A late touchdown, though, by the Patriots. I'm looking here. That is you.
It is.
Yeah.
Something wrong with my mouth, but it's okay. The head's
like
right.
On the side of your mouth.
I do. Yes, I do. But it's still, Jim, you're right. I think the touchdown, the Steelers, such a quick start, but the touchdown at the end by the New England Patriots maybe gives us some thoughts about what they can do in the second half, but more importantly, it gives them confidence on the road that they can come back.
All right, so the Patriots will get the football to begin the third quarter. And one thing that really stands out at halftime, rushing yardage for New England without Corey Dillon. Dillon inactive with a leg injury suffered in practice on Thursday, and look how much they've missed him.
And I'll say this, I doubt if the Patriots win it at halftime and were concerned with the fact that they could not run the football. They're going to run it now just to try to keep the Steelers defense honest, and they're going to try to run it every once in a while to catch them by surprise and maybe pick up some big yards.
Bethel Johnson had a strong return inside of 2 minutes to go in the half that was a jolt of confidence for the Patriots, but this time only out to the 24s. Ricardo Coakley first to get to him. Scoring update. An opening field goal by Vinatieri. 15 straight games the Patriots are the first on the board. But undaunted, back came Roethlisberger, airing it out with Plexico. After they got to Brady, forced to fumble. They come right back, hit Burris again, and then one play later it's Townsend on the pick, returning at 39 yards. A Reed field goal by 19. Remember, they were at the 1, and then a Givens touch. 24-10. Out they come in the shotgun from the 24 to start the third quarter. Underneath they go. Ball is loose. Falk fumbled. Aaron Smith has it. And Pittsburgh recovers right away. Joey Porter knocked it free. Eliminate bad football. That's what Bill Belichick has been saying to his team for a couple of weeks, even though they were winning at the top of our hit parade. As he told us, take care of the football and eliminate bad football.
Joey Porter, good hustle. He's had a sack on the quarterback, caused a fumble by Tom Brady, and that time gets off of a block and still comes up and just hits that big right arm in there and knocks the football away from Kevin Falk.
That's 4 turnovers committed now by New England. 2 fumbles, 2 picks. To 17. Fake to Staley, going right in for the strike and knocked away. Good play by Randall Gay. Looking for Hines Ward.
Boy, excellent play too. What a throw again by Ben Roethlisberger. Hines Ward was double covered in the back of the end zone, and he still almost makes the perfect throw. Only reason it doesn't get there, outstanding play by Randall Gay.
And remember, Gay is in because Ty Law was injured in the first quarter with a foot injury and has not returned. We were told it was questionable whether he would, but Law, raised here in the Pittsburgh area, and Aliquippa has not come back. 2nd down and 10. And the pass fielded by Hines Ward. A good catch. Teddy Bruschi comes over along with Asante Samuel. 3rd and 7 on the way.
Tackled by Asante Samuel.
Hines Ward with his 6th catch of the day, and that now means in every game this season, he's 7 for 7 with at least 6 catches in every game. The only player in the league who can say that.
You know, so difficult to defense this Pittsburgh's offense. You got a quarterback now who throws it down the field and can move around. You got 3 really good wide receivers. You got a running back who can run it even in passing situations when it's 3rd and 5 or 6. Makes it difficult to come after a quarterback.
4 receivers in on 3rd down. 7. Roethlisberger to Burris again. And Eugene Wilson denied the touchdown. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2. And they're bringing in Jerome Bettis.
It's the blitz by the Patriots. Roethlisberger still has the time to make a throw. And nobody around the quarterback. Plenty of space to throw the football, but this play had belonged to Plexico Burris. What a catch, using his size and his body to keep the defender away from the football.
Kreider is the fullback, and Bettis the tailback in the eye on 1st and goal. Jerome Bettis hammers his way home for the touchdown. 8th touchdown of the season for Jerome Bettis. And whatever edge the Patriots may have recovered or regained right before the half is taken away after a first play turnover, and a Pittsburgh touchdown the result. Reed down the middle this time. Jerome Bettis has 38 rushes on the season, and 8 of the 38 have gone for 6. 31-10 Steelers. Steelers with 24 points off turnovers today. We're just 2 minutes into the third quarter. They've already put up 31. To end 21 games in a row. Patriots had won before today. Beckle Johnson is getting some workout just returning kicks. And that's a good run back of 31 yards near the 34-yard line. Look at the Brady numbers.
Well, Tom Brady, the one interception for the touchdown. That's the one that he's going to look back on and wish he had back. But, hey, this game is not over. The Patriots, they're going to play. They're going to stay, and they're going to throw it almost every single down. I'm sure of that now. Even if they had a healthy runner with Corey Dillon, it would be tough to hand the football to him too often because you're down 3 touchdowns early in the third quarter.
Come right out in shotgun. First down over to Patton. And he picks up 9 or 10 yards with Deshae Townsend on that side.
Well, you just saw a graphic that showed you all the points off of turnovers for this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And Joey Porter watching. Just hustle, don't give up. And he gets the sack on the quarterback, causes the fumble, and led to a Steeler touchdown.
Yeah, led to the second touchdown toss to Burris. 2nd down 1. Doing a little hurry-up attack here with Kevin Falk advancing now into Pittsburgh territory, ridden down by Ferrier.
Now, you know, we talk about points off of turnovers, and you go, well, if they wouldn't have turned the ball over. Listen, turnovers happen for a reason, because the other team is just hitting you and beating you physically. A lot of times, that's why you turn it over.
First down, New England. 48-yard line of Pittsburgh. And pass a little low for David Patton.
Let's go back and watch Joey Porter again. You saw the sack that caused the fumble. Now he just uses his athletic ability. What a move, getting underneath Matt Light to cause the sack. And then when he drops back in pass coverage, he's still fast enough and powerful enough to come up in front and knock the football away from Kevin Falk.
Joey Porter, what a day he's had. 2nd down and 10. Steelers tiptoe to the line, now back off. They retreat. Willie Williams gets back in position at the top of your screen. Brady over to Troy Brown. That was a good snag by the veteran.
Pass complete to Troy Brown.
What a job by Tom Brady. Stayed relaxed, didn't hurry things up, changed the protection. Watch all the blitzers coming from his right, and then at the last second throws the football just before he gets hit. And Troy Brown, when the Steelers blitz, they are not going to play a lot of man-to-man coverage in the backfield. They don't want you to get those big plays. They want you to throw it short.
First catch of the day for Brown, 2nd of the season. First down, back over to Troy, and he steps out near the 20.
You remember we talked about it in the first half, Jim. When you go to this type of offense, you got to find a way to get them out of rhythm. Your pass rushers get tired. You know, your defensive backs, they're trying to react to wide receivers, so they have to get tired too sometimes, and the cushions that they're giving to these wide receivers right now are very big.
Another first down for New England.
Another blitz.
Picked up. Brady to Brown. 3 straight connections, 3 straight plays.
Another slip.
Brady and Brown teaming up like they used to when Troy Brown was healthy. 5 of 6 on this drive. Sends 3 to the right, Brown to the left. 2nd down and 4. That's David Patton on that side. Patton, oh, they're going to call it incomplete. And a late flag.
Incomplete, I thought the pass was, and I thought he was down.
I thought it hopped in there. Could be a face mask.
I like it when you guess.
You know, David Patton, we were talking to Bill Belichick about Patton, who has been so reliable for them this season. 8th-year player out of Western Carolina, the Catamounts. But at Lower Richland High School in South Carolina, Patton's quarterback, he's catching passes from Tom Brady these days, but back in high school, his quarterback was Pokey Reese of the world champion Boston Red Sox.
The runner is ruled down by contact. After the play, personal foul, face mask on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Well, how about this?
Fake the draw, throw it outside. Well, that was a catch.
Right off the top of the surface.
And there's the face mask.
And here comes the red flag. And Cowher, he tossed the red flag right in the direction of one of the line judges. Feigned as if he was going to go deep with the toss.
Pittsburgh is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass.
See, that's why he was so upset. He thought that it was never a completion to begin with. So they ruled the Patton was down by contact plus the face mask. We'll be right back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 39. Vicks NyQuil. And by Cadillac and the all-new STS. Breakthrough.
They're reviewing that last catch by David Patton. But remember, even if it's ruled incomplete, as what's being challenged here by Bill Cowher, the face mask penalty would hold up anyway. So you're not really talking about anything different here than maybe a yard or two, because of half the distance. The line of scrimmage had been the 14. So if you rule it incomplete, it's still going to have to go half the distance to the 7. Is now at the 6 with the penalty and the catch. That was Coach Belichick's reaction when he saw the red flag come out.
You know, I'm just watching the catch, Jim. You're explaining the situation. I'm trying to determine if that football was caught or not. His hands do go under it. He does have control immediately, and it does look like the football might have touched the top of the ground. It was close.
If he wins this challenge, Bill Cowher, they'll only back up the football 1 yard.
Well, I just think he was mad too.
Yeah.
After reviewing the play, the ball hit the ground prior to the receiver catching the ball. The personal foul for face mask will still be enforced from the previous spot, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Yeah, the penalty stays, so.
Well, this was ruled incomplete. The football, the hands go right under it, but it looks like it might have just touched the ground. And here comes the face mask. He holds on. Oh, and Chris Holt actually just pulls the helmet off too, so pretty easy for the officials to call that a personal foul. So, Jim, what did you determine? What did they gain right there? How many yards?
1 yard.
1 yard.
They'd already stepped it off, assuming the catch was good, and the step off with the penalty to the 6.
And Bill Cowher is 1 for 1 on challenges today.
Yeah. Netting 1 yard. And now with the incompletion, it's at the 7.
Well, Walt Coleman, what they're doing is making sure the spot of the football and the time on the clock.
Hey, Walt, come on back. We're ready to go, man.
Reset the clock to 11 minutes. Reset the clock to 11 minutes.
Well, you're talking about killing momentum. This replay has killed it for the Patriots. Can they get it back? Because they march right down the field against this Steelers defense. You know, too, a lot of times, maybe we didn't think about that, Jim. Maybe Bill Cowher challenged it to break that momentum, to give his team a timeout, to talk about a strategy, and come up with a different plan. So
I'll give you that. And, yep. You know, let's see what the Patriots do. They've now thrown the football the last 20 snaps. First and goal. Brady. Oh, in the back of the end zone, it was Givens. Looking for a second touchdown catch of the day. Willie Williams defending.
Now I'm going to turn into coach. It's a good throw by Tom Brady to the back of the end zone. He really gets good pass protection. He's trying to pump it just a little bit to give his receiver a little more space. Oh, just too fast. But I liked it when Tom Brady stayed in the shotgun. It seemed to put the Steelers defense, made them defenseless. They were not attacking.
Second and goal, and Abdullah is the back. Polamalu comes in on the quarterback, and Brady got it away to avoid the sack. In the direction of David Patton. Higgins was rushing in. Higgins.
If Polamalu is not on Tom Brady, this is going to be a touchdown. Good timing on the blitz. Make Tom Brady throw it early because the receiver on the other side of the field was going to be open. They're both running inside and coming out. Watch David Patton. He's going to get away. There he is.
Is this 4-down territory, Phil, with 11 minutes to go, third quarter?
No.
Third and goal. Brady fires, tipped away. Going back to Givens. Right you are. Here comes Vinatieri. So your point, a good one too, about breaking up the momentum. Cowher gaining only a yard on the challenge, but it just slowed them down, stopped them.
And maybe it made the Patriots think they got out of the shotgun formation. The Steelers defense looks like it's much better going against just a traditional offensive set by the New England Patriots today.
Vinatieri's field goal from the right hash is good. 25-yard boot. 31-13 Pittsburgh. Next Saturday, go along for the ride from Carmel to San Simeon. All those coastline views. Top cyclist in the Hearst Castle Challenge, the Volvo Hearst Castle Challenge. They ought to start with a little breakfast at Katie's up in Carmel. Get a little omelet. Get on your way and start going down the coast. We'll have it for you next week. Randall L. running it out from the 5. 25. And ducks down with Rodney Harrison looming there at the 28-yard line. Let's go down to Bonnie.
Well, Jim, coming out of the locker room at halftime, Bill Belichick had a long, hard talk with his defensive backs coach, Eric Mangini. Ty Law has now been downgraded from questionable to doubtful with that left foot injury. But the biggest concern for Belichick, no surprise, the Steelers' ability to create turnovers and score on them. Ironically, what the Patriots are usually good at. For the first time in 16 games, Jim, the Patriots came into the second half trailing.
A lot of streaks being shattered today. The big one, of course, the all-time win streak spread over 2 seasons in NFL history.
And Randall Gay has now gone down, another defensive back.
Oh boy, they were already out with Tyrone Poole with a knee. He was inactive today. Ty Law injured a foot in the first half, so Randall Gay has been going most of the way, and now he's sidelined. Talking now, all you have left are Asante Samuel, Eugene Wilson and Rodney Harrison, the safeties, Dexter Reed and Gerard Cherry. All you have healthy. Dexter Reed, number 42, is in.
Well, you better hope your backups paid attention in the meetings this week.
Staley to the 35. Let's get an update from Greg.
Jim, out in San Diego, the Raiders having a hard time stopping the bleeding. Drew Brees, 1 yard to Antonio Gates. That's 5 touchdown passes for Drew Brees today. San Diego leads Oakland 42-7. A minute to go in the third, guys.
What a disaster. Thank you, Greg, for the Raiders, who have in that game rushed the ball 9 times for 4 yards in the game. Brees with, as Greg reported, 5 touchdown tosses. Everybody trying to run him off before the year. 2nd and 4, and Hines Ward makes the nifty move and gets away from Eugene Wilson long enough to pick up the first down. Gain of 11. Who is the best young running back in the NFL? Chris Brown, another big day today. Steven Jackson, Kevin Jones, McGahee, Moeldy Moore for Minnesota, or Lee Suggs, Cleveland. You can vote at NFL.com. We'll see Steven Jackson and the Rams next week hosting the Patriots in our doubleheader game on CBS.
In case you're wondering, Chris Brown, just, yeah, you usually ask me, but I understand.
Well, I've got the computer over here. You can cast your vote online, not just on the air. And there you go, out to the 50, Deuce. And the crowd's getting into it with every extra carries. He goes behind Kedrick Vincent for the run.
Well, the injuries to the defensive backs for the Patriots, it has to limit what they can do now on defense. And one way the Steelers can really take the life out of the Patriots team and their defense, run the football.
2nd down and 4. Staley adds another 6 to his total.
And Jim, Roethlisberger letting the play clock get down low already, being smart, and probably told from the sideline, use as much clock as you possibly can.
It's Deuce again, right into Vrabel on 2nd and 4. Set up 3rd and short. Vrabel, the former Steeler, who spent 4 years, his first 4 years after being drafted out of Ohio State back in 1997.
Well, he was down here at the time backing up Jason Gilden, and he just said, I'll never get on the field. So Bill Belichick remembered him coming out of college, said he'd fit my system. He's gone up there. Mike Vrabel and Willie McGinnis, I think, are the 2 cornerstones to why this defense has been so good for the New England Patriots. Big, physical outside linebackers.
3rd down and 1. Deuce has it. 1st down, that is, inside the 40. Rumbling all the way to the 36.
Oliver Ross and Kedrick Vincent, the right guard. Oliver Ross with an excellent block down. Blocks one man and then gets Teddy Bruschi out of the play and allows Deuce Staley to go down the field and get the gain.
Deuce Staley moving in on 100 as the Patriots negative number rushing yardage today without Corey Dillon in the uniform. Corey Dillon on the bench. Well, he's been through here a few times. All the Cincinnati days playing Steelers in their division. Not playing him today. And that puts Staley maybe right at 100. That puts him right on the number. That gives him now 100 yards on the game. And, well, he had a chance to have 4 straight 100-yard games, but Dallas, in the Dallas game, even though he had good numbers, he ended up less than 10 yards shy of hitting that mark.
You know what's got to be disappointing? Well, it's good for the Steelers, disappointing for New England. You know they're going to run the football mostly, try to eat up the clock because they're tired of watching that New England offense scare them with that hurry up and that shotgun offense.
And straight ahead for another 1st down. Deuce does it again. Wednesday, the King of Queens, and what happens when your wife loves her job so much she doesn't want to come home? Well, there are some lonely nights ahead for the King of Queens, Kevin James. New episode coming your way Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on CBS. Jerome Bettis comes in as Deuce comes out with 105 yards. Look at the time of possession, more than 2-1. First down from the New England 26. And Jerome for no yards. Ted Johnson in on the hit. And Teddy Bruschi The two Teds playing in the inside. Talking to Ted Johnson just last night about trying to bring this Pittsburgh attack to a stop and how to play that 3-4 and how it takes a very sound football player to be able to kind of figure this one out.
Yeah, Jim, the way they play it head up. In other words, Ted Johnson's not like the modern day linebacker. He doesn't run around blocks. They teach, hit it square on, wait for the runner, and then throw the blocker away and make the tackle wherever he comes from.
Second down and 10. Bettis has room this time and gains 9 yards. That's his longest run of the season. It was Jerome Bettis. You had mentioned earlier about Teddy Johnson being healthy this year, and all of his injury issues started back in '98 trying to tackle the bus in a game. Look at Harrison pound shoulders and he bounces right off of him.
Oh, look at that. Richard Seymour with the little headbutt on Jerome Bettis. That was the play before. And you know, this Patriots defense, they're in a spot they haven't been in a long time. They're starting to get manhandled and they're down big.
And another first down picked up. Just running it right at him straight ahead is Jerome Bettis one more time. And Kedrick Vincent helped clear the way. Jerome's killing his average touchdowns per rush with these carries here.
Well, you're right there, Jim, but also think about it. Deuce Staley's been hitting you hard, and now you got Jerome Bettis. He's motivated by his role in the offense, the touchdowns, but he's still big, and he looks about as fast as I've seen him look in years. So now you got to tackle a big fresh back. That's tough stuff.
That last carry was the first time he's run for a first down this season. It wasn't a touchdown. Remember, a touchdown actually goes in as a first down in the stat sheet. Richard Seymour hits him at the line of scrimmage this time. Plexico Burress is going to trot back onto the field as we move inside of 3.5 minutes in the third.
This drive started with over 10 minutes to go. And I said to, what did I say to you during the commercial, Jim? I said, this game is going to go on forever. 9 consecutive runs by the Steelers, because I just figured the Steelers, if they stop them, I mean, the Patriots stop them in 3 plays, they're going to run the hurry-up offense, and it's going to last a long time. But the Steelers took care of that by running the football.
Call it 2nd and 11. 9 straight running plays. Make it 10. And Bettis down to the 11. Jarvis Green on the tackle. 3rd and 8 on the way.
I'm going to guess they're going to run the football again. And if they do throw it, it might be a play-action pass where they let Ben Roethlisberger at least move around and create space and make it easier on him. There's Ken Wisenhunt, the offensive coordinator. First year, Mike Mularkey, last year's offensive coordinator, now with the Buffalo Bills.
And picked up his 2nd win today. A big win over Arizona. Never in doubt. It's 3rd down and 8. Ron Haynes comes back in. Pump fake, fire, and too high. One more time looking for Burress. It's become quite the combo. It didn't work this time, but just a little neighborhood conversation kind of turned Plexico Burress' season around.
Yeah, you talked about that a couple weeks ago. They got together and they talked, and now they're connected on the field. But look what they did on this drive. They took away over 8 minutes, and they're going to get the 3 points back that they just gave up.
A 29-yard attempt for Jeff Reed. They used 8.5 minutes on the clock on this series. Fadaki puts it down and Reed drives it home. Brady loosens up. Out they'll come. Down 3 touchdowns.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the City Business Card, with real live small business specialists on the phone, and by Saturn, people first.
And we are back at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. A write-in possibility for Tuesday. Bill Cowher.
Pretty impressive what the Steelers have done here today. The way they've done it. Now they're running the football because they wanted to. And they needed to, but they did it when everybody was thinking they were going to run the football too.
They answered the Vinatieri field goal on the previous series. How about this?
Good job.
Well, you know what? Bethel Johnson was standing out of bounds.
That's right.
So that will bring it out to the 40.
You're right.
Kickoff out of bounds. They replaced the ball 30 yards from the spot of the kick. The receiver was out of bounds when he touched the ball. That puts the ball out of bounds.
Excellent job. Walt Coleman explained it to the fans because they don't understand the rule, but a good job by Bethel Johnson knowing the rule and taking advantage of it.
At first glance, you think, wait, what's he doing?
I know.
But he knew exactly what he was doing. So they'll start the next series from the 40. But Ben Roethlisberger beat him up in that opening quarter with 2 touchdown tosses to Burris, and they've led ever since. It has been 399 days since New England last lost. In fact, the last 2 coaches to defeat New England are no longer head coaches in the league. Greg Williams was at Buffalo. He's now defensive coordinator for Joe Gibbs at Washington. And the Redskins coach Steve Spurrier, the last to beat him in September '03. First down, Brady. Good catch by Troy Brown. They're starting to work out a little rhythm, these two.
Well, Troy Brown, one of the best inside receivers in the league. Antoine Randall, he does an excellent job for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wayne Corbett for the New York Jets, just to throw a couple guys that have that special skill. They know how to work the field.
And second down and 4, dumps it off to Kevin Falk for the first, and Clark Hagans trips him up by the ankle.
Well, this is, of course, every drive is a big drive for the Patriots, but now it's 4-down territory regardless.
Kevin Falk, their leading receiver today, 7 catches for 61 yards. Ball at the Pittsburgh 46. As we approach 1 minute remaining third quarter. Hagans trying to get a hand on him, and that gets away from Kevin Falk. There is a flag. It looks like it's going against Stephen Neal.
Holding, 61, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
We want to tell you that next Saturday, Notre Dame takes on Tennessee. College football on CBS, Home Depot. College football, and it all begins at 3 Eastern time from Chateau Brando studio in New York. Tim Brando, Spencer Tillman on the TIAA Crest College football today. Matt Light, the left tackle, had the wind knocked out of him and may return. First down and 20.
He's changing the protection, changing the play, because here comes the blitz.
Fires wide of David Patton to Shea Townsend on the coverage.
Well, everybody was talking about, well, Ben Roethlisberger, look at his receivers too long. Well, today, Tom Brady, when he looks to a certain side of the field, the Steeler defenders are running. Shea Townsend had 1 interception. If that football would have been on target, it looked like he'd had number 2.
Second and 20. And they get to the quarterback. Joey Porter racks up another sack. Came into the game with 1 sack on the season. And that's now 3 sacks today for Joey Porter.
Well, Joey Porter is having some big day, but Brandon Gorin is now, or that time was at left tackle.
He had to step in. Again, Matt Light just had the wind knocked out of him, and Joey Porter took advantage.
He did.
Closing seconds of the third, and it's 3rd and 27. Brady steps up down the right sideline looking for Gibbons, and he's out of bounds.
Boy, what an effort by the Steelers. You talk about the team. Bill Cowher kind of reinvented to what he believes in this offseason. A new defensive coordinator, some new defensive starters. His starting quarterback gets hurt, and he has a rookie come in who he drafted in the first round, come through big for him, and all of it has come together for him right here today against a team that hasn't lost in 21 straight.
You're talking about a new quarterback for Pittsburgh. You know who threw the longest pass of the season last year for the Steelers? This man right here who's going to punt for the Patriots. He threw an 80-yard touchdown when he was the punter for Pittsburgh last year in the season finale against Baltimore for a touch. And hammered by Vrabel is Randall L. to 48 yards on the punt and 8 punishing yards on the return and another flag. We were talking before the game to Robert Kraft, the great gentleman, the owner of the New England Patriots, all the things that have happened since the last time his Patriots lost a game. In his words,
I'm listening.
And back in September of 2003.
During the kick, holding 21 of the return team. Half the distance to the goal from the spot where the kick ends. First down.
Called on Coakley, and this is the flashback to the last loss at Washington. Cartwright found the end zone. Ronaldo Wynn got to Brady, who was picked 3 times. And the Patriots, 399 days later, are perhaps a quarter away from losing for the first time since. 7 straight road wins in that stretch, 18 regular season, the all-time mark in NFL history. Moving past Papa Bear Hallis and the Bears team that went across the 33 and 34 seasons and had the 17-win mark for all those years. Deuce just has him riding his back all the way for 11 to run out the third quarter. Yeah, the Britney Spears marriage is okay. Now that was from a speech that Mr. Kraft made. All these things that have happened. Oh, by the way, the Red Sox 4 days since winning the World Series.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, there's a party in Pittsburgh. We got a quarter to go, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. The Emmy Award-winning Amazing Race about to take off again, and 11 new teams of ordinary people begin the extraordinary journey around the world. The new Amazing Race premieres Tuesday, November 16th on CBS. Big Ben, number 7.
Yep, Big Ben plays big.
He's come up with some big wins. Trying to extend his streak to 5-0. Deuce Staley putting up numbers. Got another first down. Ridden down by Teddy Bruschi. Let's go back down to Bonnie Bernstein.
Well, Jim, Deuce Staley has now had 4 100-yard games for the Steelers, 1 shy of his career record. And while he puts up great numbers on Sunday, boy, does he drive Cowher crazy during practice. And Cowher made a record analogy in talking about Staley. He said on Wednesdays he's so slow, he's like a 33 record. He gets a little faster on Wednesday, he's like a 45. You get him to Sundays, though, and he's so fast, he's like the Chipmunks. We drive each other crazy during practice, but as long as he plays like a chipmunk on Sunday, I have no problems with him.
Thank you, Bonnie. I don't think, though, he knew who the Chipmunks, Alvin and the Chipmunks, were. He said that to him, and said he just kind of laughed. First down with Bettis back there trying to protect his quarterback. And Roethlisberger runs back near the line of scrimmage. Ted Johnson, Willie McGinnis double up on the tackle. Here's the lineup tonight on CBS. Again, begins with 60 Minutes, then a new episode of Cold Case and the Sunday night movie The Madams Family tonight on CBS. Roethlisberger actually nets a yard, so it's not a sack.
Yeah, you know, Jim, just go back. You talk about this offense. The offensive line, we don't talk about it enough. They're good. The runner, 3 good wide receivers. Now a quarterback who can shake tackles and move around just enough to cause you headaches. This is going to be a team you're going to have to deal with the rest of the year.
And Jerome Bettis getting some running room.
And
about 6.
You got some depth at running back now with Jerome Bettis backing up Deuce Staley. Look at the blocking up front. Alan Faneca, Jeff Hardings. Hey, just say all of them. Every one. And Dan Kreider, the fullback. Boy, I tell you, before I came down here to watch this game, I was watching him on some tapes, and he's a. He's an offensive lineman that lines up in the backfield because he does a really, really good job of leading the way for Deuce Taylor.
On 3rd and 3, they have Ron Haynes lined up in the backfield on this snap. Busted play. Roethlisberger runs for it, and look at this. That kind of day for the Steelers. First down.
Well, it works. Give him a lot of credit. He made a mistake and turned the wrong way, but how long do you think the Steeler offensive linemen are staying on their blocks? Nobody can get off a block to get to the quarterback who makes a mistake. Now he knows contact is coming. He lowers that head and puts both arms around the football. Good job. Look at that. This Patriots, 4 rushes, 39 passes. Look at the Steelers, 37 runs, 22 passes.
Bettis steps outside, backs up for 2 yards. Yeah, I'm sure that last play when he lowered the head, it's a little nerve-wracking for Bill Cowher every time that Roethlisberger invites contact, because Tommy Maddox, who was the starter at the beginning of the year, is still out with that elbow injury, was throwing in practice this week, and may be back with more of a full practice coming up in the days ahead. And for those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, we welcome you to the NFL on CBS. Jim Nantz with Phil Simms and Bonnie Bernstein. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following the game, except on the West Coast. This one doesn't work at all, as Ty Warren came in on Bettis. Teddy Bruschi also. And if you're just joining us, New England's now storied 21-game win streak, going all the way back to the end of September last year, through the playoffs, on to the Super Bowl victory, and the first 6 wins of this year, the best start in franchise history for New England. It's 10:55 away from coming to an end. Here at Heinz Field, some of you just joining us, and it has been a huge day for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who jumped out in front on the champions 21-3 in the first quarter. Ron Haynes on the option play as Ty Warren decked Roethlisberger after the pitch.
You know, I was going to tell you earlier, Jim, when he was running with the football and they run a shovel pass, it's safe. You hope your quarterback, you do it because it is a safe play and he won't take any contact. But Ty Warren makes the big hit. But Ben Roethlisberger, he has shown that he's a big part of this football team, and that it becomes a point as a quarterback. You've got to protect yourself and play the next week. You can't be show your pride and your toughness a lot of times and maybe try to pick up an extra yard when you're running. You got to look for the good of the team and down the road, and that means protecting yourself.
You saw his backup Brian St. Pierre greet him on the sideline. Say, "Are you okay, big fella?" Kevin Falk takes the Gardunki punt at the 9 and comes under the full blanket of coverage, Kiesel and all, at the 14. Back here in Pittsburgh, summarize this game. 24 points off turnovers, including an interception return for a score by Deshae Townsend. And Ben Roethlisberger, 2 touchdown passes. They came in the first quarter, both to Plexico Burress. And look at the rushing story. New England only 4 rush attempts today for minus a yard. And that's a cut on the wrist of Roethlisberger. First down from the 14 for Brady and company. Coming out with Kevin Falk, keeping his feet, and stepping out after a gain of 13. Tonight on 60 Minutes, and again, that's straight ahead for all of you except on the West Coast. When Arnold tells us he wants to shoot for the top, he means the White House. Plus, behind the scenes at Saturday Night Live for last week's famous flub, Ashley Simpson. That's 60 Minutes coming up shortly. This time they run it. And that'll put him in positive yardage for the first time since the first quarter as far as rushing yardage on the day. That short gain.
Well, it's easy to see. You look at the Steelers defense. We talked about Dick LeBeau. He comes back. They get a little more creative. They're doing more stuff. But it's the new starters that are making a difference.
Brady hammered when he threw it. And fortunate that no Steeler member of the secondary was over there. Joey Porter again keeping company with the quarterback.
Well, Joey Porter is having the day of the year so far for him. Fumble recoveries, sacks, hitting Tom Brady, and the offensive line now, don't forget, it is really shuffled around. Brandon Gorin was starting right tackle today because of an injury, now is playing left tackle. And Stephen Neal guard is out at right tackle.
3rd down 6. Brady steps up and has Gibbons for the first down. I remember you talking to Joey Porter. We were here for the season opener against the Raiders. The game won on a last-second field goal by Reed and the Steelers. As you see, this gives them a new set of downs. You asked Porter, what did you do this summer? He said, I worked on my golf game all summer long because I want to get good enough to be invited to Mario Lemieux's celebrity golf tournament.
Well, you know, he'll be good enough when he keeps sacking the quarterback.
Yeah, I think his sacks will get him into the golf tournament alone. And it's David Patton across the middle of the field. And that fumble after he was down, another first down.
But you know, they're in the hurry-up offense. But Jim, Clark Hagans, he's a new starter at outside linebacker. You got Chris Hope at safety and Troy Polamalu. And those 3 guys have brought energy and speed to the defense. And I think that might be the single biggest reason why this defense for the Steelers has played so much better this year.
With a flag down, Robbie Abdullah's run might be erased. We approach 8 minutes to go in this game.
Illegal substitution, 81, offense. Did not come inside the numbers when he came in as a substitute. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
David Patton also was a little shaken up, a little gimpy, and he stepped aside. So Bethel Johnson doing something a little sneaky to get caught. So the flag backs him up to the 48. See Bethel Johnson on that shot at the top of the screen, never coming inside the numbers. 1st and 15. They come running after Brady. He's got no chance. Aaron Smith. Joey Porter on that hit also.
Well, it's not even fair to Brandon Gorin. He gets set all week to make a start at right tackle, and now they switch him to left tackle. It's obvious passing situations. The crowd noise, the defense is fired up, and now you got to worry about protecting your quarterback.
You think you should keep Brady in there if they keep the attack as Hagans comes in on him? What a catch. No, you can't give up on this drive here as Gibbons was able to bring it down. 7.5 to go.
No, you don't take him out. That's not. I'm not even suggesting that, Jim. But you call plays and protections to make sure the first thing you do is protect Tom Brady. Then you try to make a play.
3rd and 12. That was Gibbons' first catch of the season, but did not go for the first down. And Brady looking for one, gets Troy Brown. There is a flag. Looking for a first down, that is. And the flag is against Pittsburgh. New England will have it at the 25.
Well, that was an excellent job by Troy Brown, but really a good job by Tom Brady retreating.
Illegal contact, 27, defense. Penalties decline. First down.
And Tom Brady just retreated to give himself a little extra time to wait for a receiver to get down the field and make a double move.
David Patton is back in, shaken up just a few plays ago. He returns. First down at the 25 with 7 minutes remaining. Cross him up with the run. And Von Oelhoffen brings down Kevin Falk. The gain of 2. Kevin Falk again replacing Corey Dillon, out with a leg injury, inactive today. And Falk with 5 carries for 4 yards. He is their top receiver, however. 8 catches out of the backfield, 73 yards. On 2nd and 8, Brady Gibbons is open, back in the end zone. Did he get the second foot down? Yes. Touchdown, Patriots.
Brady's pass complete to David Gibbons.
23-yard hookup.
Touchdown.
Those two strike for the second time today.
What a throw by Tom Brady. Instead of just trying to go down the field and keep picking up first downs, you got to take a shot. And he decided that was the point, to take a shot, and he makes a perfect throw to the back of the end zone.
Nice job dragging the foot by Gibbons. Savvy move by the third-year receiver from Notre Dame, who is really coming on.
The officials are taking their time before they spot this football.
Towers got the red flag in his hand. He's waiting for the word upstairs.
That's what they're doing.
Waiting for one of his assistants to say throw the flag. I think it's no question touchdown.
Touchdown.
And he'll put it away. Word from upstairs from the.
There was nothing to lose. You can't lose. Throw the flag. Maybe there was something there we didn't see.
Vinatieri makes it 34-20. Pittsburgh, 6:33 remaining.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the makers of the new Ultra Strength Ben-Gay Pain Relieving Patch. It's what's hot in pain relief. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you. And by Miller, there's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call.
Back here in Pittsburgh and New England, lining up, flooding that left side for the onside kick, down 2 touchdowns. 6.5 to play. Only Ricardo Coakley is back deep. And now they turn around and go ahead and boot it away. Coakley retreats to the 7. Coakley right side, racing out near the 30. Rodney Harrison on the tackle. Roethlisberger will come back on the field, up by 2 touchdowns. Here's the lineup tonight on CBS, and again 60 Minutes just a few minutes away, and Arnold tells us what he wants to shoot for as far as the top, and by the top that means the White House. Well, we'll have that story, plus behind the scenes Saturday Night Live, last week's famous flub, coming away here on America's most watched network. Up 14 with the ball at their own 30-yard line, and Bettis getting a lot of late work. And a good burst for 7. Let's go back to Greg Gumbel for an update.
All right, Jim, the Seattle Seahawks at home today got a big day from Sean Alexander. 32 carries, 195 yards, and that touchdown as Seattle beat Carolina 23-17. The defending NFC champion Panthers are now 1-6 on the year. Jim and Phil.
All right, thank you, Greg and Phil. It has been a tough go for the Panthers with injuries and all. Steve Smith, Stephen Davis, Deshaun Foster. And reflected in that record. Seattle coming back a little bit after a real ugly streak here the last 3 weeks. Second down 3. Bettis. Why all the late work for Bettis with Staley over 100 today?
Well, good chance just to give Deuce Staley a rest, Jim. But Ben Roethlisberger, it's been an outstanding day by him, breaking tackles and finding receivers. Everything the Patriots wanted to do against him has not worked. He has been cool and calm and throwing the football once again right on the money.
And if he picks up a first down here, well, that would go a long way to going ahead and sealing this, and he has a chance to move past you, my friend, into second alone all time for the greatest win streak to start a career. Having started the day, and there it is, first down Bettis, tied with Phil for the second longest win streak at the beginning of a career. Roethlisberger going for 5 in a row with inside 5 minutes to play. And I'll tell you, all around town, and there it is. This is how it started today. Again, Mike Krushik with the record, and he never threw a touchdown in those 6 games that he won, 6-0, and never threw one in his career.
Well, I'm just happy. That's a pretty good shot of me. Thank you, guys. But, yeah, I got good form. Arm is up. That's back when I had some pretty good arms. But, hey, Jim, you know, things are so good, though, going for Ben Roethlisberger here in town. You stopped over to a deli, I think, yesterday and had a Roethlisberger.
Burton, it was more than a deli. It's Pepe's, the legendary Pepe's near the stadium. I tell you what, you want a Roethlisberger, they're being sold all over town. Now, everybody has their own interpretation. But at Pepe's, you go in there, here's what you get. You get the hamburger meat, you get a hot sausage, plus the scrambled eggs on top of the burger, plus the sauteed onions, some cheese, a little lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, and that's it. Guess how much it costs?
$7.
You're good. For mere $7.
His number, of course. And did you eat that whole thing?
I ate the whole thing. I have not had a meal since. Not because I didn't love it. Just it was the ultimate gut buster.
I tell you, it looks it. Well, you know you're doing well. And your hot stuff when they start naming sandwiches and hamburgers after you.
Hey, the sausage was a little spicy. It was hot stuff. We'll get you next time we're in Pittsburgh for a little Roethlisberger. Let you grade it.
I'll tell you what, if it's like a couple weeks ago. We wanted to answer some questions about the New York Jets yesterday. All the questions about this Pittsburgh Steelers team have been answered today. If you had any doubts about what they were as a football team, what they were doing, about the young quarterback, they've all been answered. And nothing was lucky. They did it with just outplaying the New England Patriots. They were more physical. They looked faster. And again, sometimes it's not right because we exclude a lot of players, but a lot of it is about Ben Roethlisberger. He has played outstanding.
How about young Ben, 23 years old, had the bye week, went back to Miami University last week. It was homecoming. I was there to see his old teammates. It would have been a senior this year, take on Central Florida. You said, what's it like going back to school with all that money in your pocket?
Money. Can you imagine being a college student or an athlete and you got money in your pocket? And
what did he have in his pocket?
He said he didn't have much.
Like $100.
Well, I mean, come on. You're going back to school. You got to buy everything for everybody. You are the man in it. So I can't even. He downplayed it. But can you imagine how big he was? And he of course said, well, beating Dallas was good, but going back to Miami University, it was all about beating the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals, which he has also beat this year.
You ought to tell him that you got to carry more than $100 just for tips.
Oh.
You know, you're a big quarterback. You got to walk around and share the love.
You'll learn. When you're young, you're usually cheap, so you'll get over that.
3rd and 4, 3:23 remaining. Play action, and he has his man Kreider, his first catch of the season. The fullback keeps the ball in the hands of the Steelers with the 12-yard pass play. And Roethlisberger is about to extend his own personal win streak to 18 straight starts. His last 13 games quarterbacking the Miami University team, winning the MAC championship over Bowling Green last year. In fact, he was
that was his
pretty clear on that, wasn't he?
That's my biggest moment as a football player.
Bigger than beating the Cowboys. Bettis remains in 1st and 10. Just a yard. I'd like to welcome those of you who watched San Diego today just pound the Oakland Raiders. Closing minutes here in Pittsburgh, where the streak is about to come to an end. We've got a timeout. We'll return in a moment.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by FedEx Kinko's, your one stop for copying, printing, and shipping. And by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward.
Back here in Pittsburgh, 2nd and 10 on the way for Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers. Look at him today, 75%, coming off of 84%, the all-time rookie single-game record in NFL history. Similar numbers in yardage, almost identical to Dallas, and the touchdowns, interceptions, identical, 2-0. And look at Bettis, looking like the Bettis of old inside the 20, and finally Rodney Harrison climbs on him at the 7-yard line. Alan Faneca helped open up that left side, but the bus, a bruising 30-yard run.
Well, the Steeler offensive linemen, they are having fun. This is what they want to do. There's nothing better for an offensive lineman than to beat the defensive guy, just beating head up and beating physically.
We're at the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes, Cold Case, the Madams family. 60 Minutes coming up immediately following this game, except for those of you on the West Coast. And they're just going to snap it, have a kneel down. Patriots have one timeout. I don't even know if they'll go there. You know, Jerome Bettis was in our NFL Today studio last week, did not want to see the Jets in the streak of the Patriots because he said, we want them. We want to get them next week at home. He got his wish. Patriots won last week, 21 in a row. And today they've come back and they have knocked them out.
Hey, Jim, everybody wants a shot at the champ. They want to be the guy that knocks them out. And I understood that from Jerome Bettis. That was not taking anything away from the Patriots. Most of the players in this league and teams and coaches, they find it exciting to get in this kind of scenario and this element to try to end something that's been very special for the New England Patriots.
And a real quirk is you see no 22 here. No, 22 doesn't belong to the Patriots. 22 belongs to the Steelers. That'd be Deuce Staley. Went over 100 yards, 125 in all on 25 carries. But a real scheduling oddity next week is our doubleheader. You'll see Jets Buffalo for many of you earlier. Bills won for the second time today. New England and St. Louis late. It all begins with the NFL Today, 12 noon Eastern time, with Greg, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. And the Steelers will play an undefeated team for the second straight week. There's only one remaining, and that would be the Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles, and they're a good match against the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to match up well. Can the Eagles stop that run game of the Pittsburgh Steelers?
399 days later, the streak comes to a close. There is a new rookie star sensation in this NFL, and he is Ben Roethlisberger, and he is something special. He comes back from 10 down on the road to beat the Cowboys in the fourth quarter, and today he quarterbacks the Steelers to a win over the champions and in their 21-game win streak. Coming up next, 60 Minutes. Take you behind the scenes of Saturday Night Live for last week's famous flub, followed by Cold Case and the Madams family tonight on CBS. What a Halloween special they delivered here.
Yes, they did. It was a special day for the Steelers and the Steeler fans, and I look forward to coming back here.
See you next week, my friend. For Phil and Bonnie Bernstein, Jim Nance, and the whole crew saying so long from Heinz Field. The Steelers have beaten the Patriots.